man was a kidnapper. And even as they don't vote him for the place, for that chair where sit down, the chair called the hot. Because if you see him, now even the Enika, they fight Aslan. That is why he cannot sit on that throne. That make him run. Because that throne does not belong to him. He does not know anything about it. He don't even use what they spoil that place. Yeah. You understand? Okay, look at the story that came out the other day. Why Shomole suspend them? They tell us that because he's black woman. No, he fucked the woman, he don't give her money. Imagine. He just said nothing they happen, and the woman say no use condom. You understand what I'm saying? Now he can't even beat him. Why you go fuck Ashawo, you don't give her money? Ashawo head go kill you now. He go buy you, sorry to say. You understand what I'm saying? Because Ashawo, different spirit, now they follow all those people they go. Because they carry different men, they carry spirit, they carry now different bad thing they follow them. You understand? That was the reason why he was being suspended. That was Shomone. That boy, even they asked them, do you know that it does not even respect the elders, the energy of as in the elder, the senior energy. Where even senior his great grandfather, he does not respect them. Even they respect them. He does not even know anything tradition. That is why he's always running away. That is why he does not even know his left from his right. He cannot even condole his people. He cannot talk to his people. Because somebody, you know what one thing, in the moment, you see this kingship. Boy, Osalobwa, Omanosaloba imu yeketene. Where akane nya emana. Do you know what Osalobwa must as it claim a boys went to the house, and they keep on. I don't really know because
one problem on the other, one problem on the other.
Exactly, it does not belong there. That seat not belong to them.
One problem on the other. Even the children for TikTok now let us rest.
Imagine the Urohbo people. Look at the Urohbo people. More say, okay, we not say Esan Beyan, but you cannot compare the Urohbo people and the Igbo people. You cannot compare their characters. The Urohbo, Jogba, the many of them, Ewohimi, they are the most useless. Though, as I talk and so, Esan Beyan, but the thing they say, you see that place where they mention those places, they are the most useless of all. They are caused. So it's just the problem. So the thing is this. I see no reason why, because now we have been married, I'm making a even audio way, by able to give a economic way of your way. No yaki do audio way, Idwosa. Oh, yeah, Idwo, Matiere, Idunzoya, do our job with Idwosa. I mean, funny. Eu salo bale bale. I want on here. Magic.
Well, not to tell you, Romy.
Here, no got here. We got a while. No joke. No joke. We got a while. No joke. Hey, baby, you know. I'll play now. You can't win. No more than one. You can't know yet win. Of your honey and walk back where no one will bonnie. He have a dog. No, he have no one will bonnie. Every year, and well, total war. Oh, can't even get in last name and walk back where no one do if you want yet. Oh, now we wrote talk in our monomaking. You do a loser on that of your way, the mountain, whatever, and you were muting what we. I will tell you, it's so called the Urohbo. I will be tackling. I will tap philosophy. Near where. Ọmọ tán ọ̀gá bíẹ̀ ẹ̀gá gbọ́ a mẹ́nà mi ọmọ tán bẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ Urohbo ẹ̀dá bẹ̀ mi ọmọ tán bẹ̀ tó àmẹ́ kíkí.
omodan ogia bie ega gbo me na mi omodan ve uto Urohbo e da mi omodan ve do I make ikiki je me have face ogbiyan me be fi gbiyan I dan meji wo I will still knock some give them Urohbo wayo emi on sun na mi wa Urohbo.
Come up, Justin, come up, please.
It is 730 pages. The history of the Urohbo people is edited by Peter Eke. It's a 730 pages book. You get it there. Why do Urhobos are sometimes referred to as Urohbo wayo? Something transpire. Emion sunu. And I got Urohbo as Urohbo wayo. I'll be narrating the history here. I'm gonna deal with the history of the Urohbo people from A to Z. And if you go to my platform and begin to tell me I should stop, I will saga you.
He to say not be waiting spoil. When I see a kegbe. Ogyobo, gbade suwawa. Mu de na be we na ugwan. Ya be gwan we your this way. I contact you anyone. Not be so that I can't cry here tomorrow. You dey understand me now? Not be so that I can't cry here tomorrow. The very one like now. I saw artist street there. When I be my bomoko. How my de suwawa. How you bog me my de suwawa. How I don't kuroka some men no way better soon ya bu what you talking. Ka chogi ane. Why la wa bi kara.
So another thing I want to say is that for me, so no, yesterday somebody was telling me we have when I don't know where man go and I be ehima ana onre obima okodukunia. I've said it before. The history of the Igbo people, I have them. The history of the Ogwachuku, the history of the Yorubas, the history of the Esan people, I have them. This time around, I'm going to be talking about the history of the Urhobos. That the mic, that trouble when you define me, I will join you, push that trouble come out. And let me tell you, the Urohbo people were raided by the Shekiris. The Shekiris raided the Urhobos. The Urhobos were used and Zobo, sacrifice. Now the constitution that can tell us. If you look at the history of Africa, Benin is the most mentioned in the history of Africa. If you look at the history of Africa, Benin is the most mentioned history in the history of Africa. The Benin was described by the Europeans as a territory. The Benin Empire was that described Benin as a city. The Great Benin Empire was brought to an end by the British. It is not only the British that fought with the Benin Empire. It was the Europeans. The Europeans, the Benin expedition of 1897, it was an alliance of the Europeans. Because the Europeans, in the Berlin Conference of 1883-1884, they have already apportioned Africa among the European countries. And the Benin Empire was going to be taken over by the British. The Europeans joined the British. They joined them. It is not the British who single-handedly came to fight with the Obavora Minogbaisi. It is not only the British. It was the Europeans. After they did a Berlin conference in 1883, in 1884, that was what happened. And today, it was only in history. It is only the Europeans who conquered the Benin Empire. The Benin Empire started from 1440 until 1897. If you want to know, I have a book on the Benin Empire written by Prince Ekato. You will see the Benin as an empire. You will see what makes up the Benin as an empire. The Urhobos, the Shekiris, the Isoko, the Ogo people, the Onitsha people, they were part and parcel of the Benin Empire. I will talk about the tribes that make up the Benin Empire. But first of all, I'm going to be looking about the relationship between these Usoppos, who are known today as the Urobos. I will tell you how we use them.
They all know.
I will tell you how we use them. Yes, the Urobos and Benin, they are the same. They are the same. But we use them.
But I beg, Eloghosa, I want we beg my Benin people something. I beg my Benin people. If you hear Doenozomo, I need that. It won't no year. I want beg on one thing. In case if the history don't start, not be saga home. You know, rich will tell people for so Urohbo people not there. But we will be talking about the Urohbo history as the Urohbo take come from Benin. You understand? Yeah. But my lovely people
from Benin.
And I did see some of the Urhobos, like one guy, what they call the people, is not in support of it. And so many of them. You understand? So there can be a grace in and Wala will go. Now why I can saga about the history, I stand 1,000,000%, not be 100%. The history must be narrated. They must know their history. They must know where they came.
America where Mogiwe or Montano Kadori or Mana that they make you Montano.
And it's so of course now. So if they don't say with the done history, all the Urohbo people go say they want change, then we fire them. We fire them. We mute. I am your boy. Equipment
me, I so.
Allah.
People TV, what get one?
Good afternoon. The John are here. What's the eta so?
When I demand also worry, or could see the Yagwes here.
Egbebo. Your party have one Mahia of Mama. Artist talking about my yeah, go artist talking about my body. I go away. Eloghosa, listen to me very well. On a kahore, era na kahore. Ije na ke batiege ogege. Ira kama na. Era ona ke wesire. Ije no bieri me. Era na ona Urohbo. Ime kamu we na. Ubege eri me. Obi wesi no. This is history. For that policy okay, but most of the things when I'm gonna because so all of us we grow up in Benin and live in Benin. But nevertheless, but automatically I go my good. But if anybody come out and start insulting a particular tribe, a mistake, you know, one or my day. And if one are and
they don't to be precise, beneath.
It's very, very important. Because of my day.
Like when you met her, Papa, in a way, now what history, but
if you don't work back, baby, this
idiot. We not call
when you have the vision when I carry every way I'm watch me. Yeah, why you're bed? You come like 2 hours. He came with Kennedy. They did every morning. On your client, you had him with Bogby, but
if you done your well in time, but I mean, people see, but I don't know.
Oh, e pardon, Papa.
Ija no kwa, ijime no kwa simi je no kwa.
Domo sa, bokunya.
Ijime no kwa simi je no kwa. Na my sister ori wa na Eloghosa o. Na my grandma si no grandma.
I know.
Mabega daddy ni, mabega nya we maya egbo gwaju kwa buda.
Because if you have batty ni ma pa me eva.
E pardon me ye bia mo bia na.
If you are be making what is wrong with this? Yeah, that one home.
Ọ̀nà wẹ̀ kọ̀mọ́ náà rí bí ẹ̀rẹ̀ gbọdọ̀ ṣe dáwọ́ agbélé ìyàwó dáwọ̀ ọ̀wẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀yẹ̀yẹ̀ náà rí obì nà. Mẹ́rin àmọ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀ gbàgbà tì rí àrí abúgbò yìí ẹ̀ wúdà ìrì ẹ̀ ìrà àkọsá bá tilẹ̀ dé àrà rẹ̀ yàtọ̀ wá pé ilé bọ̀ kò rí.
Bẹ́tẹ̀ òbí ẹni wọ́n yẹ gbọ́ ẹ̀bọ́ ọ̀gbọ́n ìwọ̀ òbí ẹni lọ́yẹ̀ náà mọ̀ ní pàṣọkọ̀ lọ́wọ́.
Àtàsí orílẹ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀ ẹni yìí
Eloghosa, la nene mama Iveta eba.
Thank you, thank you for this gift.
Mama Iveta eba. We need the vital history to debunk all these useless people. No support history now. We need that. Then we are talking Esan in my yard. Don't matter. Loro we are not to be here. It's so matter history here. What does it? It's so give na one man.
No, it's just funny. It's worldwide. They want Eloghosa.
Urohbo.
Eloghosa is what history, Baba.
That is not the right thing.
Ẹni ìwà lọ́jọ́ dọ́tà ògúngò pọ̀ ẹ̀yẹ ìtayé bá yìí ti street. Ó ságé náà mọ̀ náà mọ̀ wá tọ́ mọ̀ náà mọ̀.
Wala wo wariege na Eloghosa ya kalekwa. Ipa kalekwa webekesi. Iwe du kalekwa. Me waru tu me wadayo kalekwa.
Even baya aya azese no pe aya azese.
I too don't believe it, brother Eloghosa. I believe it.
Eloghosa. Iwe no pe ni edu anya we ni Urohbo aya azese Urohbo.
Eti ma yega akinia, but ma yega.
But ya ma ya azese mataro na.
When we gonna there, now we people TV.
Why tari oni baba? Why tari oni?
You know, Eloghosa want to tell you. Eloghosa, you know, Eloghosa, my brother, I have it. Uji. Because of it, my brother. Eloghosa no suno. You know because the men of Kwana, yeah, no na maro Urohbo. You know, honor lost it or no ya or Jin of honor lost it.
Okay.
You know, come away. I heard of it. Those days, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
He lose his title. Men I said I don't have to I don't you call. I mean, no. We lost many things. We lose many things. Let's make a few back.
You know that the Benin in the whole of West Africa, the Benin was the most developed tribe in the whole of West Africa before the arrival of the Portuguese.
Even the British, we were so organized to the extent that
if you do any year, you see any year. That's the Benin were warriors.
When after the British, after they invaded the Great Benin Empire, Captain Lorenzo, he went back. He said he never see empire way great like Benin Empire.
Thank you.
He talk and go and read the histories there now. Captain Lorenzo write his own history. Now Urohbo, he writes history about the Benin, about the great Edo Benin Empire.
A great city in the jungle. Away there's a city in West Africa that is in the jungle.
As we speak today, no world, no country for the whole world will recognize the Great Benin Empire. Yes. I'm telling you, and that is why you see Urohbo will come out today. If they want talk, if they want call Benin, it go say the present day Nigeria.
Yes, you're right. Yes, right.
That's what they tell us. That's what I tell you.
Right.
It was the first to recognize Portuguese independence. You know that. The Benin have embassy in Portugal.
In Portugal, yes.
Benin is a great place.
To able add to it, it was the Europeans. It was the Europeans that described Benin as an empire. It was the Europeans that described Benin as a great city. Exactly. It was the Europeans that described Benin as a territory. That will tell you that before they came, the structure was already on ground.
My brother, and another thing, let me add to
Urohbo. Let me add to
we were buying their palm fruits and their farm produce.
Let me just quickly add to this, then I will mute. When you answer Baba, do you know that when the white people, as in the Europeans, when they came to Africa, when we Kenya carry Africa, or did I Senegal now? Do you know they captured them? They were taking them very easily. It was very easy for them. Do you know that it took them a while and a very long time before they invaded the Great Benin Empire? Yes. It took them a while. Yes. They had to go back and re-strategize. You understand? They went back, re-strategize themselves to come back again, to come as the one. They say these people too strong. How we want to succeed them? How we want to do them? It was not easy for them. The Great Benin Empire, make I tell you now be the last place when Urohbo start to invade, when they start to invade Africa.
Yes.
Because the Urohbo local, the two bone were not fit past their throat. And the Benin Empire was not an easy task for them. It was not easy for them. It wasn't easy.
I'm not even invade Benin, not Obaseki.
It was this Obaseki. What is their name? Obaseki or any other? Ago Obaseki Ago. You understand? Now them, now be the enemies. Where even make all these Portuguese, all these Oyibo people with the feet. If not, if we're not so. You understand? The way they take capture other Africans.
Even not be only Obaseki, even some Chekiri was there.
Exactly.
Of course now.
Imagine, can you imagine? He said na Esan. He said na Esan Oyibo fe enter that they stop Oyibo.
I be like, why am I want say? If I was go at all for Baba, now okay, now.
Wekalekwa. Àwọn mẹ́nẹ̀sì wẹ́fíẹ́kwa wẹ́fíṣítì wẹ́dọ́láyìí.
So sage no bo. Ba ti ogu gbe na yi. We ka lo ekwa gbe wa le ugbe wa le platform le. We wa le kalekwa ba na. O sa lo bo. Ati oge na. Kalekwa. Ọmọ ne do ya yo.
Ni awe ni amuria. Eloghosa diae.
Meju ba ya ko. O sage. Eba Eloghosa.
Thank you for the gift.
Eba Penede. Sister Isi. Many of you, may you want ni buyaku. Mommy Milaki, mommy let love lead. I don't play with you people. And even why ya ni baby oduku sagada na walk.
That's all.
Epa ujek me epa laki wa. Epa otus una too many. Ya when you do aso ni wa bungbe. I know they use nothing they play. Do you know why? Because I see say
yeah, you know the if you whether we also know the fault the people na the mark me na. Na ya me we obana ge ba tie ge. E ba tie aso obana ge ba tie bia na ge modo kweboro na be ya. We man defeat us with that. We fought a great fight. Again ba tie go obana ge Eloghosa a page. We use this my page to fight this fight. My have William then Somo Sankara and the rest, we are the people. If this person want today, but today we don't even need anything from it. We were wanting those states to be a better place. If we are in Magmine, platform from morning till night fighting this Obaseki government, letting people know that where Obaseki is suno.
Okay,
I dislike Obaseki to the last in my life.
It goes to Brian Eloghosa and it goes to all of you with the okay, when I see I'm now where do I have time? I understand. Where okay, according to the Yagraba Epa. And then walk back a question of here, boo, or boo, why Yamana. So, no, the tea answer that way on me to or say, I know, immute. Meanwhile, Westerner, Anna do me where many of you know your more book. No, you don't know Bebo. Ido Latia. Iwe. Brian Eloghosa, you the crash. Oh, yeah, you crash. Okay, cash. Ido rob you here. Igain. Ra me do rob you where. Ra Sagena. Ra pa uyak no me sagada walkie. Mom let love lead. Ido rob you were here. Ya rob you what they would done in here. Would then me now yet done in here rob you what. Why do where? May they be serious again though. If you don't do it, there is no one would die, man, not tiny for you don't have walk outside. Every now and then, go mute.
For me, I am not bad. I don't wear Uya. I see me, mama.
What a Eloghosa. Oh, yeah, see me, woman, or see it on Aridian, yes, again, Neko Norway. No senior saying do or I say very much now. We were not even Mama Obaseki was in government when we were doing this thing. We were showing our face, we were doing everything, but whatever we were saying, all was right. Emi ya no so na be na ya hien na be na ya hien reserve Maria we tell them. Abe mi ya no consign na be na be modula refinery je. How this Osobe fan there. We talk about it. People started seeing it. What is going to happen about us? We know all. We finish Obaseki. A platform, they have a platform, because one thing, the mama, but anything concerning him, the secret, we said it all. We pardon, that's what money. How you there,
Okay.
Your
Let me quickly say something. Now, when we talk about it, when we talk about the history, we talk about the history and the origin. Now, I want us to know that when we talk about origin of a thing, it means the beginning. And we talk about the history. History is a record of major events that have occurred in the past. Now, according to Otite, Professor Otite, Professor Otite, let me read what he said in 2003. When speaking of the Urohbo, Otite, 2003, I ever believe that at the end of the Ogiso rulers dynasty, many Urohbo and other Edo groups left Udo. They left Udo in different directions. You see the history? Professor Otite, Urohbo, no, and I remember where over he said during the end of the Ogiso dynasty, many Urobos and other Edo groups left Udo in different directions. Professor Otite, 2003. So how somebody will come and say the Urobos is Union the Benin's? And I want to also let you know that Paidu that had Aka Afa Emma, Paidu himself was a Benima. The father of the three sons, that the Makirata, the father is Paidu, he was a Benima. So how come they now said the Urobos is Union to Benin's? I wanted to tell us.
They don't know what they talk. Urohbo na Benin children.
I wanted to tell us.
Benin children. They are the children of the great Oba Nedo. Uku Apollo. Agwa Ogidi kan. Oba ya near Oba Nedo. Take it or leave it. The history they come. Our brother will come to the history. Not be saga. Now history we want talk.
All the
Urobos, you are Oba's children. Take it or leave it.
To it. He said the history of the Urohbo people generally began from an Edo territory. The history of the Urohbo people generally began from an Edo territory, supposedly around where the ancient town of Udo and Benin City are currently located. That is where they come from. Motayo Otite, 2003. Professor Otite is an Urohbo man. Now, let me read again. Where Igadeba also said so. He said the Urohbo left. Where the Urohbo left under separate leaders in different directions to fund separate governmental organization. Igadeba 1960, page 14. I'll give you more. I'll give you close to about 10 authors. Some of them are from Urohbo clan, who attest to the fact that the Urohbo people came all the way from Udo and Benin City area. That's where they left. And somebody says the ancestral home of the Urohbo people is in Udo, Benin City. That is where they come from. I want to talk about Jesse Okbe, even the OVA or EVA. It is from the Benin word they got that word from. The OVA of Agbara, the Agbaroto, and what have you. The word OVA, they derive it from the Benin word. That's where they get it from.
The word OVA came from the Benin word EVA. Of course, the right word for OVA means EVA. Now, therefore, comment. I want you to talk now. The thing is this. I don't really know why all these people they do all these things online. All those children.
It's good to me. Maybe it's an opportunity for people to know more about the history of the Urohbo people.
Luke can never stand before Oba. Never. Because he knows say now Oba be father. Imagine if your Lord know where he come from. You know where he comes from.
If you want to ascend the throne of the Olu of Wari, you must marry a Benin woman.
Like seriously, these children, they are really crazy.
If you want to ascend the thrones of the Olu of Wari, your wife must be a Benin woman. It's only this you see, he came to marry from the Benin.
The word of Vie came out from the word is Vie. No, to
be frank, as he said, if you look at even the story of what do you call it, the story that they make for the story they made because of this about Vorame. You see the Urohbos and the Shekiri, they are just they sell their farm product to the Benin. Benin was the headquarter to their places. Benin was the one that is governing all these people. They pay homage to the Oba of Benin. Then all these villages that are even to Owo, this Ondo state, they pay image to Benin people. If you think about even Owo, the Yorubas, people that is living in Oyo, most of them they are Benin's. When Iken go to war, the Benin capture Owo through Iken no Gwoko no Magule. You know the story, Eloghosa? The story of Iken?
Of course, Iken no Gwoko no Magule.
It was no, because Iken was a warrior. Iken was even fighting with the Oba. Then Oba Palace was not there. Iken make the palace to. Iken make Oba Palace to. Iken send with palace Adedian.
But do you know that Iken succeeded in that war, in a war?
Iken no, the Benin was
succeed after he succeeded.
Listen to me, no sooner. Iken was not a very good person to the palace. He was a warrior. He was a troublemaker to the palace. The Benin want him to go to that war and
you are right. He was a troublemaker. But one thing where they correct be say Iken won that war in Owo at Owo.
He won it after winning the war. That is quite all right. No. If you na money can na money ikoruni na ya ka me can ori okwo if you egwamune, they want Iken to remain in that place. They don't want him to come because he was fighting the palace too. Iken was a warrior. They want him to remain in that side. Yeah, no stay. Iken was deaf. After one we no go don't stay. Stay. He was not having anybody. Or he had he conquered your people.
Mr. Eloghosa, if you need no more. Mommy Love TV. Yeah, so much love you guys. You can't go anybody now break it. When a program you the way you are doing it, you are trying to let other people know their error. You understand? And you want people to know the truth. You understand? We are not here to say our history. We are here to debunk what people are trying to label against us. You understand? And which the people, they are too lame to do that. But when they decide to do it, we still have people that will come out here to debunk all those things. You understand? All those all those all those things. Manibu, yeah, to 85%, 90%, we know all those things. But it's not our duty. We are to attack because when we were time in Banya, any mia pick
We are telling my brother, listen to me. I tell my brother, Mr. JB, go the Benin evil. My brother, you stop this. Don't embarrass people like this. You people. The Benin people capture or what? True, it can.
We know better.
Know where we are. Are we not warriors?
Epa,
you don't say bad, but my tell me down here.
Okay, Omania.
When they don't win us, when they don't win us, they don't fight up to or even to Cotonou.
Oh yeah,
Cotonou. You might tell me down here, they need to
La papa, and he said, why?
When they don't win, they fought all the way to even to Republic of Benin here.
Only say.
What belongs to Benin? That is why.
Sagada walking, where they fear of Papa. Everybody.
Sagana food.
Sagana walking,
Sagana food.
Eloghosa la continue medo down in street la.
Ejebi o apa memi
Pajebi ajodu ko la baba mo la gogo daddy mo la gogo ba re mo e abi na dama no we na ibo ka o kede everybody
Mama
wato domo
Jebi
mama the power be ataban e mata wa no but the way the matter do ya to ya
Raymond, what's your opinion? Let us listen to one after the other.
One after the other. Let us mute, please.
My opinion is these people that are trying to downgrade the great city of Benin. I believe it's just a kind of ignorance. I believe it's just a thing of ignorance you get. So
if I JB now you bought with her, it's not
Raymond, are you done with your contribution?
I would say I just have a little bit like I have a little You understand? I don't have much to say. I just want to say, like, in the great city of Benin Kingdom, I've been in existence before all these low life people that are trying to.
It's not low life. Don't use the word low life. They know what they're doing. Listen, my brother. And when I see for me, I'm not a baby. When I see any tribe that is under the defunct Great Benin Empire trying to distort my history, it is my responsibility to come up and attack them.
True.
I don't need to wait. Listen. I don't need to wait. Even if you ban or tell my in our market, you are coming. There will be no market coming. Yet, without assessing marking or women, no market near Guan. You cannot tell me not to react.
True.
You cannot tell me not to react. I'm going to be beating the Isoko and I will be beating the Urohbo together. You know why? They say Frank that the Mike is Urohbo and is Usoko. Urohbo and Usoko, they are the ancient Benin in diaspora. Ancient Benin in diaspora. If not for the Benin, if not for my forefathers, maybe the Urohbo as a tribe, the Urohbo and Isoko will have gone into extinction during the era of what? Of the transatlantic slave trade. I have a book, Slave Trade in West Africa, a case study of the Benin case, of the Benin Empire. Slave trade in West Africa, Benin as a case study. If not for the Benin, our forefathers, maybe the Shekiri, the Urohbos, they would have been written off. They would have been used. Have you ever seen a place where you see the Urohbos in any outside Nigeria, like we have the Yorubas? Have you ever seen like we have the Igbos? We see them. They live in like for example, some countries where you find the Yorubas.
Brazil, where you speak Yoruba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Cuba.
Possible.
Thank you. Have you ever seen the Urohbos there?
No.
Have you ever seen the Soko? Have you ever seen the Shekiris? Have you ever seen them being used as slaves? No.
No.
You know protected them? Our forefathers
Kingdom, yeah.
protected them. Our forefathers protected the Urohbos, the Shekiris. When they say the Benin Empire was so great that they were able to protect their own. Yet today, those children, some of the children whose forefathers were protected by my forefathers, today they want to ridicule us. You say I should not talk?
You must talk. You must talk.
It can't happen when I start talking and somebody send me a message on my DM. It be young. I don't wear oh yeah. I have seen a mama. If I tell you I not sleep, if I tell you I not sleep to daybreak because of Daddy Mike, you believe. Because of Daddy Mike, I have to make research till this morning because of Daddy Mike. You think I'm happy? You think I'm happy? Do you think that I'm happy? I have to study, make research up to this morning because of what Daddy Mike. I watched him yesterday. I was boiling. I was annoyed.
Is the name of the book?
Yeah, someone just asked. He said, "What is the name of the book, sir?"
I'll bring many books. Don't worry. First of all, one of those books is this: the Zobo of Niger Delta, the Zobo of Niger Delta, published by Gaskia Corporation Zaria. The Zobo SOBO, the Zobo of Niger Delta, published by Gaskia Corporation Zaria, 1948. Read that book, you know about the history of the Zobo people. Urohbo. Urohbo, Zobo. I will tell you the history why the Urohbo people are referred to as Urohbo Wayo. Will you get that one? From the history of the Urohbo people, edited by Peter Eke. Let that record me. This is Eloghosa you're talking. If you want to get the history of the Zobo, not to be Zobo for Benin. The Urohbo people, they are our brothers. They are our brothers, yes. But something transpire. We dealt with them. In the olden days, have you ever asked yourself who were used as slaves? Who were used as human sacrifice? People were used as human sacrifice.
Don't say so. I can't stop right now. How he don't say royal staff in the right.
For the sake of
I go only defend my brother make he come down small. I cannot tell him what to do. I'm sorry.
For the sake of your platform, sir.
In the olden days, brothers fought against themselves. Brothers. Brothers fought themselves. The Benin fought with the Urhobos who were their brothers. Yes, that is history. Do you know why? Brothers fought
the Urhobos.
They make it start here.
Royal staff be move where you do one for that.
Over one month now.
Malawa. No, the history is okay. But the thing is, I cannot tell but the Eloghosa not to go on. I can only plead with him. That's all I can do. He has every right to do whatever he wants. Because I know what it is less harm now. I know. Because he may not be more, but I will be this one. But I know, sir, what more? He ain't not here. don't so we jump high.
Listen, let me do something
Oh,
for you.
yeah, see a woman.
Let me do something for you about the Jesuit
That's
people.
actually weird to do funny. Now, why
Now listen now, listen. The OVA title.
My brother. Oh.
The OVA title. Look at it. It said the most distinctive and prestigious title in Urohbo area is the OVA. OVA singular, EVA plural. EVA is the plural word, is the plural of the word. The word OVA is said to have been derived from the Benin word OVA. Oge or Enoge or EVA. The most prestigious title.
This I know.
They got it from the Benin word.
The word of ye came out from the word Ivie.
From the Benin word. Is here. Yeah, listen, let me read it again. Record me. The OVA title, the most distinct and prestigious title in Urohbo area is the OVA. EVA is the plural word. He said the word OVA, it is said to have been derived from the Benin word. The Benin word.
My brother, Eloghosa, no verse. I see what Timoria start right. He say Ogie, not Ivie. Let me tell you why it's Ivie. Do you know that for our great Benin, the kings, the Ogie, are called Ivie. Onyoe. If you want to describe Oba Nedo, you don't use Ivie to describe him. You never describe Oba. Oba Ivie. So that is where the word Ivie came out from. So the word Ivie is related to the word Oje. Ra Ogie. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. With me. When I say
I'm very educated. I know what I'm saying. I read this prayer law. You understand? The word Ivie is the word Oba or
this is an argument.
No, we are not arguing. No, I just my lovely sister.
Get here, bad boy. You know, boy. But now, I been a walk boy.
I'm a boy.
Exactly.
I do a better.
Emily Vietani, she's right.
When Mudiaye, Royal Sati no be Jimmy. Who are they? No can't or Kaba or Kagi. I said it temo bara temo giamate vie or see ne the word of ye not come back from the word of ye.
Then let us continue.
Mr. Eloghosa, na egwe o. Why yanire mana why egwe we it arotuwa. Even if you tana mata no. Or where do na mazesi or Esan itiebo. You understand?
JB, please hold on. Please, JB, listen. We are not arguing it. What Ivie said is correct. Nobody is arguing it. I want to continue. She's with me.
FYP ban ya tore. Eti mo tore ban. You understand?
Oh, Brian, no, sir. Get what me add there. Get add there. If I JB, you can carry on, sir.
Eti mo tore. Eti be mo wati manoga agwa ban bet mani bi edo. Sene ma ga agwa veri na that doge gbe adayo agbe okoto. Ona itoge for na itoge. But you not disagree with talking me. Or my hekeni memo. It's like when you mention.
Oh, JB, Damio, you are with me. Why I give comment section? Except when you're not telling me that require my attention. Why do you? I mean, if you talk about.
Oh, I only imagine. I'm not talking generally. You understand? Because I said, because Eminia only ya imogi magboto or na he where when you mayari mananania, maybe Okpama correct, but it's our duty to go to correction because of why when we were ne osti Eloghosa jenania we are talo. Even if but we have to listen. You understand? But
Yes.
where to me no so where on a very point of barrier. People have to listen. You understand? This should not warrant on Nania, Iye noragno na nore imi, nore Nigeria, noro Tuobo, norote Igbo, norote Hausa, norote Joba, norote Do, Esan, Isan, iya junya moya, ruda mama go mosubia. You know why I said this? When Uname, we're parading in all over our city, claiming that Esan is Biafra, a cow or Biafra, Urohbo, we are Biafra. Nobody. It come to the position where Mamaiti is a where how can you claim our territory? Since Esan mighty claim a territory, we will claim our territory. That is where Esan people now came out to say Yame Street. And Street Yame, they are motherfuckers. So I appreciate everyone. I'm still listening. In that a position, I will still come up again.
No, I will always pick you up. I will always pick you up. You're a nice guy. I will see.
But they be done on Wesley. But no, sir, I was telling you why I didn't allow any panel.
Let me say something. Eloghosa, let me say something. Yeah, tell me if you son la the arena where they have history. In your mind, say, or more bona biere na. Or even the sayak pa here dore. I go to Esan or Esan or Salah. I go tie. And or more bomb way. I mean no maybe the sayak pa here dore. In ya give a day. In ya give a day. You know the let Obokpa where Esan bedo. Esan bedo. We are going to day. Automatically they left. Obai the first. No whether I hear no we. Ale kwa kosi amase gbe science egbon ame. O se problem ni aje. For that simple reason, me mani oro kwa do atawe sam. Esan street. Esan if we there ave mi man. Mesa ya si won again no pe wa rejo krokogo agada no bi me ogbe me ba mu eri asi won say they don't know anything. E bad wa me musician gi mara ko be ri ave ya no ma ni eti bi ye iya do amere na ya pe music esa go asi won we on the radio bi ni me la tie o wi wa ha that money dey say ikwa ya pe o gerete ya pe esa ni anesa be do atawi have street ya gie mi awo ya fa te we ba te ikuri
o we ni aso nes isa ya si wagbon we wagbon te
we have chorus we are long on ara
yes that theory ababe na babe egbe sere
iya le la jere la ba so pa kuria gugu ba ti ere obono yo ha bi owe no yo ha o mi e bo sa ye ranku
Agedi so ya sano la ha. Iyagi la ha ni. Iyagi ge eme wo ha oye osaye wepegede. Eme san yo sanre.
O puta se.
Iya san yo sanre. Eme ya mi gbere ni.
Emi era guru de.
Iyagi seke ni abi eni ayagi segbo ni eya se to yi. Ina so sanre me. O na mi eni egbabo na mi. We awa mi oga san yo sanre ko pipi. Iyagi o eme ihu iyagi adame o esa lo gwa. Iwe gari oji haga sayo sawo me haga sayo sabe waga enia nani sayo sabe rovi me bi ave sayo sabe na eru moyi na ebe wa mi eru moyi nia usa sa kia boa ebe nia ogwa agokia me ne ebe gose ama biera no eri me ebe ke samwa me no poru se me na wa ye gwa ma ye din no de ma ye sekiro ye Oma so do ma fiana. We understand me baba. Tomo. Wa hian.
Yeah. I will say so.
The Esan. Nya why you watch it today. only the highest. You Esan say oh. No swear. Ese be no gaze. Azen ragbe san sesere. You why the highest otesan?
Admire, make the person they read their comments. Some of them they misbehave here.
You want me to say worry?
Eloghosa la where so boy is to me worry was so boy yo.
So get what
I won't be.
Jump page 1. Page 2. What page 1 I ain't there to the end. You know why I ain't going back. I go jump page 2. Jump page 5. I jump any page. On I jump anyone. My monkey. Jump.
Now.
One thing I want to say is this. You see the OV or EV in Urohbo land, they are not king, they are duke, as we have the Onojes and the Eniges in Esan land. Now, the reason why I'm saying is this. Even though the OVs are not in Delta State, they are not His Royal Majesty when you compare them with the Oba of Benin. When you compare the OV in Urohbo land with the Oba of Benin, the Oba of Benin is addressed as His Royal Majesty. Why the EV in Urohbo land? I'll mention their title. It is known as their Duke, His Royal Highness, including the Olu of Wari. I'll look at all those history, but let me just give you a preamble of where we are going to.
Hello, sir. Can I tell you something? Do you know, like what you said, where there is no king in Esan or any other place? The thing is this. The fact is this. There is no king in the whole of Edo. I'm your Edo. So long they are under Edo, there is no king in the whole of Edo. All they are all Banami Edo. The rest are deals. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not only the Esan or whatever. So long you are under Edo, you just not have a king, but Oba, the greatest Oba, is the only king in Edo. I'm your never don't see two king, two Oba for one place. So now people are under those states. Una chief, na duke. You guys are una commit na dukedom. Una chiefs. Why some are dukes? The ones that don't send a respect with people. So they are under Oba. So there's no other king in the please come up, sir. Come up.
We're going to I'll read those ones, but a lot of stuff. That's with the culture, and we're also going to be looking at the sacrifice they perform. We are going to look at all those ones, okay? But let us look at the words. Some of the words
for history, not for self.
Yes,
but
we're going to be looking at the words.
To get any truth,
like what we are doing now. We're looking at the etymology of the Urohbo's words, where those words used in Urohbo, where they originate from. That is what first of all talk about. On unamia where inaka where Esan aka where inya iwe do.
But no, na go na bro mare mo ya saki odo.
Okay.
On na go na mo ya do.
Na ko no tell me na fu.
Bueno na mo ta mo to yo pa tin awo ya na ya. O ni mo to fo. Ya ti ya mo man yodo.
Okay, go ahead.
Ya mi to man, but ya ti ya mo yodo.
Good evening. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
The thing is that the Eloghosa just continue with now history with day here and Nazebo because the whole world need to know. Me, I'm not there for Saga Urohbo history need to be hacked because their history dirty. Because Mike, that stupid Mike, not for your day online, distort our history on a daily basis. And Urohbo issue will be make my distracted. Eloghosa, no, I not like her. I'm here to learn because me know some of their history, but I want to know more because I know Urohbo people their history dirty somehow. You know,
Yes. Let me somehow. Urohbo
their history dirty.
It's
People
easy.
will be that guy a rotten history, so we need to let the whole world know how Urohbo people be for these days, how their ancestors be for these days. So that make this new generation not going to form boom, make them not going to use our history so they attach themselves. No, you we are our children. Urohbo, we are our children. So we need to put things right. Now I need day and I don't need any distraction. If I continue, if anything talk, if you want to ask a question, we can ask you. Continue. As a guy was some guy, but for now.
Abemi wa etu wa ya wa ato. This class na be na but my case when me asking we sakpa nika we you went sana na one small. Na my Esan friend God thank God na teach me. Ya akbi one ani wa because he just watch the bag here coming one. Ya swear Mr. Bale, Mr. Balu Dumoto, Mr. Bale, Mr. Balu Dumoto, Mr. Bale, Nega Balu Dumoto, Nega Balu Dumoto, Nega Balu Dumoto. Yes, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Amma sale no yeah, poo poo, everywhere poo poo. When I it's all yeah, oh yeah.
Ole. Wahara we say logo.
Mami ya lawa. Mami agbelede wo mami Esan lawa. Ya lawa. Magbe
Baba, I will open that video later.
They are asking one question. I will be Bini.
Esan breaking news. So when I come later, this class day.
What did they happen?
You guys are later. I did come for the later.
Wow, yeah, do.
If you know we are later,
Oh no.
no
After this history,
here we are saga.
now.
They say they want saga do, maybe we do saga. Most
after history now, Urohbo get there, the guy goes there. The state is not come from anywhere.
Saga and history. Why do Esan? Well, don't worry.
The next goes there is Urohbo. We'll get that.
You know what me like my own as we talk also our face the show. My use a fake account here, Wogima. And I say just be. I'm not go happen. If you all not a fuck up, you walk back there and a live video now where if you not get open your video, me talk your own no I two pass down. I said no, we don't pass now. We don't pass now. If you are rugged, come and talk your almost your own. You don't feel me? Ekbenede go to can follow for now. I'm not hearing. You guys buwa. Meloga imi wala see wana abuga. Mama egbu wala wana. I dey see that small wishy we say be Urohbo.
Saga.
Saga.
Mama. Now we pick the 5 minutes. No, it's not what we are doing. Different way.
It's what you are not getting our time. I know.
Yes,
If you want to talk about history later, come present my people.
What are you doing here?
He said,
present my people. You understand? In case if it destroy our history,
I'm going
to debunk him. In case if it destroy our history, I go debunk him. I will debunk it. You understand? Say your history and let us say our own.
So don't see na ask them.
Make una talk una history, we talk our own. If una talk una our history, bring me up later.
Talk Esan useless history.
No, I didn't understand me. I can't understand me.
Hold on.
When Mutiara tell us their history,
Why
which is why
you go
you
bring me up later? I'll come debunk him if you spoil our own.
Esan warrior, please hold on. Let us talk one after the other, please. Please, let us calm down.
the Esan warrior talk. I will mute. Talk. Which history you want to talk about Esan? Talk.
No, at the years, Mr. Penede, they say he want to talk our history later. So he must bring me up. Because if he destroy our history, I go debunk him. Hello, Esan warrior, make we tell you truth. Esan get history. Tell me one thing, Esan history. When you know. Esan history. Which history Esan want to say they get?
They're going with
Oga, Oga, say your history and let us see our own. Say your history and let us see our own. We know where we for come.
Mona, talk now. I don't like this deal. Me have to worry about history we there for.
Esan warrior. Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming to my platform. Yes. Is there anything that I have said about the Esan history or origin that you disagree?
Not at all. But I prefer you people should say your history and let us say our own.
No. When you have interest in something, you can also learn from it. I have interest.
Of course.
I'm coming now. I have interest about the history of the Esan people. The reason why I have to study the history and the origin of the Esan people was something transpired. People say Esan are not Beninese. I did my research and I discovered that the Esan people and the Beninese, they are one. However, something transpired that made them to establish their own clan. That does not mean that Esan people is different from the Beninese. And I came out and I brought up a book. I talked about the ethnography of the Esan people, written by your own very brother, late Dr. Christopher Belokoto Okoji. That man is a man of integrity. Before he wrote that book, he said he did interview of 365 people. That man has money. He was the former Minister of Health. He was the founder and owner of Zuma Memorial Hospital in Irua. He was a priest from Irua. I have read books where some Esan people try to debunk him, but they end up making fools of themselves. For example, I have Williams Orupe. He's a current lecturer here at the University of Benin. I graduated from the University of Benin in 2012. That's when I graduated from the University of Benin. That man has done a good job about the history of the Esan people. Esan is a dialect of Benin. That man told me, from what I've read, that sometimes the Esan people are sometimes referred to as bush people. It's in his book. That man said sometimes that the Esan people are also referred to as bushmen, bushman. He said it. I will show you the page. Esan, the difference between Esan and Benin is just the way you spell your word and the way you pronounce your word. Who said it? Christopher Belokoto Okoji. He was former Minister of Health in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That man did a comprehensive job about the history of the Esan people. The history of the Esan people is well documented by your people. I have to study it to know whether the Esan and Benin are the same or different. So you cannot tell me that I should study my own history alone. I know the history of the Benin. From Benin, Edo, Igodo. I know them. Sometimes the Esan people will say they are not Benin, but they are Edo. I laugh. We are not Benin, but we are Edo. Is that not foolishness? Who is Edo? Edo is a name is a name of a person that saved the Oba. The Oba decided to eulogize that name, to honor that person for saving his life. That's how we got the word Edo. Ogefa. Edo. So these are people who say they are not Benin, but they are Edo. Is that not foolishness? You say you are not Benin, but you are Edo. That word Edo, who established it? Is it not a Benin man? So you cannot tell me not to study. Like the history of the Urohbos now. The Esan people, they are ancient Benin in diaspora. The Akoko Edo, the Onwa, the Ika, the Onitsha people. All these people are part and parcel of the ancient Benin in diaspora. The history of the Esan people is at my palm. So I can narrate it. You cannot tell me I should come and concentrate on my own. Now I have left the Esan people. I'm going to the Urohbo and Isoko. They cannot tell me not to narrate their history. I slept this morning. I couldn't sleep. I slept around 2 a.m. this morning because of Daddy Mike distorting my history. The Esan people wanted to distort my history. I came out. If you don't want people to talk about Esan history, don't distort our history. When you distort our history, you will watch out for me. I don't need anybody to form an alliance with. I've studied before. I'm a teacher. I have a degree from the Great University of Benin in 2012. When it comes to reading, it is my hobby. I read as my hobby. So you cannot tell me not to talk about the issue of the Esan people. I have talked about it before. If you annoy me, I will repeat it again. I will say the bad side of it. I will tell you the bad side. Esan people are
Mr. Eloghosa. One thing you need to know is
comment.
Yeah, those two people you mentioned, those are the those two people you mentioned, those are the only. So those two people you mentioned, those are the only historian we know in Esan land. So any other historian, they are counterfeit.
We have many. We have many. We have Saint Remosele. I can give you 10 authors of the books I have read about the history of these people. I'm an authority in it. Take me to anywhere, I would say this I'm saying now. I told you that
I only know two. I only know two.
I said Urohbo people, where they come from? They come from Idumosa in Benin City. Urohbo people. I talked about Elohimi, Ewato, Elosa.
Of course, that is true.
Yeah, so what else you want to tell me? So what else you do? So
yeah, the problem here, if anybody is coming out now to talk any history, you will know that they are counterfeit. They are not from Esan. They are Nupe. Even some of our own OJ, many of them are from Esan, from Nupe. You understand? Yes, so many of them don't even know their history.
That is secondary.
Yeah.
The primary origin of the Esan people, they are from Benin. Secondary were the Nupe people.
Of course,
for example, during the after the war, so Nupe people that were held captive, they settled in Agbede. Yes, it's true. There are some Esan people are from Nupe. Their fathers are from Nupe. Before the Nupe invasion of the northern part of Esan land, they used to come as traders. They used to come to sell mercy, gold, copper, mercy for waste, mercy for enlargement of your Bola. They used to come like that. But along the line, they wanted to take over the land. Yes, it is true. There are some Esan people, they came from Nupe. But the main ones, they are from Benin. And I've studied before that before by Eware's Exodus mass movement, people were already living in that land between 900 and 1400 AD. And who were those people? One, they were all Benin people. Some of them were banished. Some of them were criminals. And some of them took that land as captive. When people commit crime in those days, they don't want the law to catch up with them. They will run into the forest. That's what they call fugitives. I am an illegal who were born where that is the aborigines or the early settlers in that land. Esan land is belongs to the Benin. It was a Benin jungle. So thank you. So now we are now on. If you want to join us to talk about the issue of the Urohbo people. Join us to talk about the issue of the Urohbo people.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Eloghosa. You are very right. You see, those Isoko people you are saying, not all of them. It was not all of them that came from Benin. Even some of them came from. Even some of them came from. Even some of them came from we Esan. They were our slave. Some of those Isoko people you are seeing, some of them were our slave in Esan land. So
they were our brothers. So they were our brothers. So I hope you know.
Yeah, but some of these those Isoko people, some of them were our slave in Esan land.
Yes, they were our brothers. So, you know, in the olden days, if you and I are brothers, we can fight ourselves. Those your warriors. When I capture you, I will turn your warriors to slave. that what transpired. Yes, they are part of us. They're part of us. In the olden days, brothers fought against themselves. When I capture you, your warriors will become my slave. I can sell them off if I want to do. And the reason why they were selling them off, captive warrior off, was to weaken your power, your might, so that you no longer be able to compete with me, or I cannot be able to compete with you. That was what transpired when they said the Beninese were involved in slave trade. I will look at the history of how the Beninese got themselves into slave trade. People who were against
Eloghosa,
they will capture them.
Sorry. There is something I want to correct from what this man said. Esan warrior, where did you read that one from that Urohbo people? They are slaves to the Esan people.
No, not Urohbo. I mean Usoko. My great grandfather told me.
Where did you read that from?
My great grandfather told me.
We can't take that from my great grandfather. Let Eloghosa continue because Eloghosa have a lot of.
But it is the truth now. But I need to listen. Okay, let me just mute and.
We don't believe on that. Thank you.
Okay, but it is the truth. So thank you, Mr. Eloghosa. I will be on the comment section and.
So let me quickly talk about some. I talked about the history of the. Today we'll continue, but let me quickly talk about one or two places that have to do with the Benin. For example, we have places like Jesse. Let's talk about the Jesse, the Okpe. Let me quickly talk about the Jesse. First of all,
Esan warrior, the thing you want drop now, may I bring Royal Sat come up?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Now, before I continue, the source of all these things that I'm saying, the source of the history of the Urohbo people, you get them from the Zobo of Niger Delta, published by Gaskia's Corporation, Zaria, 1948. Then you also look at the Patrick's report. You also get it. Then ROG BD's intelligence report. These are some of the sources where you get the history of the Urohbo people. The Sobo of Niger Delta, published by Gaskia Corporation, Zaria. Then we have the ROG BD's intelligence report. Then we also have the Patrick's report. These ones, you can get the history of the Urohbo people. Go and make your research. Now, let me quickly talk, before I'll continue in our next class, but I'll be able to establish that the people of Urohbo, they are from where? They are from where? From Udo. Now, let me talk about some clans. I'll talk about Okpe, Agbara, Jesse. I also talk about Udu clan. I also talk about Uvie. All these clans, I will talk about how they all originated from the Benin land. But let me start from the one of Jesse. Let me quickly tell you about the Jesse O. Now, I have many documents concerning the history of the Urohbo people. I have many of them. How they were used in quote. How they were used in quote. I also talk about that one. But let me quickly talk about Jesse clan. Now, the clan is reputed to have migrated from Agbaroto some 150 years ago. According to ROG Buddhist intelligence report on Jesse subclan 1937, one Eweru committed adultery with an obvious wife, flee home with members of his family. His brother Ijere first settled at Uduria on the northern part of the Ethiopian river. He was soon blah 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 blah. But the key word is this. He said, it is interesting. It is interesting to note that up to 1963, it is interesting to note that up to 1963, the Urohbo settlers in Jesse, listen now, it is of interest to know that